Everybody, Rich Lang down here in the bunker. It is Thursday, so it's time for another range tip of the week. Sorry, almost dropped what I had in my hand. Today's not just one. I just want to kind of review some of the stuff that we've talked about. A lot of you gals and girls are gals and girls, guys and gals. Wow, that's horrible. Anyhow, taking new shooters to the range, and maybe some of you are new shooters yourself. Some of us older shooters also need a little reminder now and again about when you're at the range. So I've got a list of different stuff here, and we'll just kind of go over it. Breathing. As y'all know, I'm a range safety officer. Breathing is amazing because you see a lot of people holding their breath. Don't hold your breath. It's the worst thing you can do. Your arms are going to start to shake. Do normal breathing. And if you're having no problem with this, pay attention to the people that you're with and explain to them that they have to breathe. It's kind of a life thing. You don't want to pass out and drop your firearm. Not that I've ever seen that happen. But anyhow, breathing is very important. Fire on your exhale before you inhale. You're a little bit more loose. You're not tensed up, or your chest isn't expanded. So breathing, very important with shooting. Sights. For those of you that are buying new rifles, a lot of rifles, especially Daniels, don't come with sights. Yes, you need sights on it to shoot at a range. I've seen guys shoot without sights and have no problem, but I've also seen people have no sights on their rifle and take out the lane, take out the ceiling, take out a light. So yes, when you go purchase a new firearm, you need to get sights. And it doesn't matter if they're iron sights, they're not, doesn't matter if it's a red dot or a scope, you have to have something on there. And a lot of people ask me, well, how do I sight this in? How do I do it? And every sight is different. Every red dot is different. It all depends, how far you turn, the screws to bring, for bringing your crosshairs in or your red dot in. Everyone's different. Sometimes it takes time. I've seen some people use as little as 5 shots to be right on target where they're at. I've also seen people totally frustrated. So be prepared, relax, breathe, but you gotta have sights. We've talked about this before, testing your personal defense ammo in your firearm. A lot of firearms don't have problems with different ammo, but some firearms do. I know certain Glocks like certain ammo, they don't like other types. I know personal defense ammo can get very expensive, but you need to shoot it at least a magazine, and probably do it like a magazine change to make sure that everything works fine. Put 3 in one magazine, 4 in another magazine, and fire them through, just to make sure that they work. Hey, the time to find out that they don't work is not when you're having somebody running at you with a knife. So test your personal defense ammo in the firearm that you're going to carry. This goes without saying. I know ammo is hard to find. It's getting harder to find because everybody's stocking up and all the new shooters. But it's out there. You can find it. It just depends on what you want. Do you want brass? Do you want steel? Do you want, what do you want to shoot? And that's another thing. Make sure if you're used to shooting brass and you buy steel, make sure the steel works in your firearm. Some people have an issue with it. But you need to train. You don't have to train a lot. You don't have to come and shoot 200 rounds, 300 rounds, but you should still go to the range and train on a regular basis to keep fresh and keep up to your standards that you're used to, or get better. And with that, I had so many people come to the range where their firearms are dirty. Oh, I'm going to try to get 500 rounds through it, or I'm going to try to get 600 rounds through it. Well, you could do that if you're buying really good ammo. Let's say you're buying SIG ammo, Blazer, which isn't dirty. There's other ones that aren't dirty. Those are the ones that just come to mind. But if you're buying some of this other ammo that's dirtier, made overseas, or remanufactured ammo, you might want to look at your firearm a little quicker, because if it's dirty and if it's dry, the extractor is not going to grab the brass and pull it out, or the steel and pull it out. So make sure that you clean your firearms regularly. The right start, like I was talking about bringing people to the range. If you're bringing somebody new, start them out slow. Don't start them with a 45. If you have one or you can rent one, get a 22. Let them just see how it works and go over how to sight, how to hold. Don't cross your thumbs. Breathe, stance. There's all kinds of stuff. And if you start them out right in the beginning, they won't get those mistakes. They won't have something set in their mind that they want to do it a certain way, and then you have to retrain them. If you're bringing somebody that's semi-new to shooting, you may have to retrain them. If they're really bad, tell them to take a class, a private lesson, or take a private lesson with them. A lot of our private lessons where I work is for 2 people, $99 for, I think it's 2 hours. So it's not a bad deal. But start them out slow. Please watch the thumb. That's so important, not to cross your thumbs. I run out of bandages at or Band-Aids at the range on a weekly basis and have to bring my own. Distance, we talked about distance shooting. If you are not good at 5 yards, you are not going to be good at 30. You want to have fun, shoot at 30 with your buddy and say, what can you hit? Be proficient at shorter distances, all right? Number 1, in a personal defense mode or scenario, you're not shooting somebody at 30 yards. There's going to be less than 21, that's a legal distance, and if they're coming at you, it might be feet and not yards. So get proficient up close. Also, I would suggest taking a holster draw class and then practice that at some place where you can draw a holster, from a holster, I should say. If you go to private range, not private range, but public ranges, and they do have a range counter that has different styles and types of firearms, not only pistols but rifles and shotguns and stuff like that, take the time, spend a little money, try something new. Ask the people behind the range counter. Say, hey, what do you think? This is what I want to use it for. I need it for home defense, or I need it for carry, or I need it for I'm just going to go, shooting at the range. What do you suggest? What rifle? What pistol? Try different things, because you might find something that's even nicer and works better for you, for your hand, or what you're using it for. Rent. Our ranges, it's a one-time fee, and you can switch out as often as you want. The biggest problem, I know, what you're going to say, but Rich, there's no ammo. You're right. And you have to shoot our ammo in the firearms, and I'm sure that's the same way with any range that you go to that rents. So it's hit or miss with ammo. But if you notice that there is ammo and you're at the range, rent something. Give it a try. Try something different. Back to your new shooter, if you don't have a 22, rent a 22. And if there's no ammo at the range, a lot of times you can say, hey, this is what I've got. I got CCI. We're going to go. No problem. CCI is fine. We sell it. When we have it, you can, rent the Glock 44 or rent a Taurus, which I understand the Taurus 22 is really good. I've got a couple buddies that have them, and they absolutely love them. But that's it. That's a couple of tips for the range for this week. Like I said, just real quick, watch your breathing. Sights are mandatory. Test your personal defense ammo. You got to practice. You got to train. You got to keep those firearms clean. Start out slow with your new shooters. Explain the basics to them. There's videos on YouTube. Have them go look at a new shooter video, and it kind of goes over stance and hold and sighting and all that kind of stuff if you're not sure. Distance, remember your distances. Get proficient. Shorter distances, go to longer distances, and try other firearms. You might be surprised. It might be something that you like, or something that you hate, and you don't have to worry about ever having to worry about buying it. So that's it. That's Prep Use Tip of the Week for the range. Like we always say, always be aware of your surroundings at work, home, play, or on vacation, and have 72 hours of food, bug-out food, so you can get out of Dodge if you have to in a hurry. 30 days, at least 30 days of shelter-in-place food, and prep like your life depends on it, because as we're seeing, it does. even more so today than it did yesterday, and it might even be more tomorrow. So take care. See you later. Thanks a lot.